No iron team. The ideas, the concepts, they all come together and just, yeah, we're all a piece of the puzzle, and without each other, I don't know, might not be, greatness doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We'll call it greatness.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed.
We love the team concept. I say to the guys all the time, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. It's an old African proverb. So, hey guys. Ninja, me, and Darcy here today.
I'm glad you know who you are, mate.
I was tossing up, do I bloody introduce Darcy first or just introduce myself first? Yeah. He's lost his bloody mic.
It's the hardest thing to do with the
intro. But the more you stuff it up, the funnier it is and the more memorable and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. So
can't be too serious.
Anyway, we're going to probably have a little bit of a chat today, me and Darcy, about a few things. And but we're going to talk about the importance of the bicep tendon and a bit of PEC. He's kind of feeling a bit in here from working out a bit. He works on the chest. What's your PB on the bench? 140 or something?
140, yeah.
His PB on his bench is better than his PB on his squat.
It is.
His pecs are bigger than his ass. So it's probably true. But 140 is a very impressive bench, brother.
Yeah.
Bench.
I wouldn't be able to do it now. It was quite some time ago.
Yeah.
I did 120 last year, but
120 is still bloody heavy.
120 is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm only 73 kilos. So you do that ratio.
Yeah.
But I need to get my squat up there. I can do 120 squat.
Pretty good.
I haven't attempted the 130 in a while.
Yeah. I can brag a little bit here. I did my best squat since 2001. Probably
month ago? 5 weeks?
When Mac was here, so that was like 6 weeks ago, I think.
Okay.
So I'm pretty happy with that. 51, I kind of squatted 140. So, and that's a deep squat as well. We do deep power squats, so we don't do quarter or half squats and things like that. We kind of go, get our butt down to below parallel.
After grass.
Yeah, get it nice and low and get it happening.
Yeah,
so
full function.
Full function. The adductors get a lot involved too because we go slightly outside shoulder width and toe splayed out, and you get the old adductors get hit, which is really important because
armpits to knees.
Yeah, that's my cue. I'm going to try to dive because people are kind of resisting. They've got the handbrake on. They're trying to stay upright and all that kind of stuff. They're worried about the bar on their back and things. But you just got to commit. I think that's a big word, commit, when you squat, because dive in. Don't kind of think about the bottom when you're fucking diving down. You've got to just dive, free fall down, and then just, activate the core and drive up with your legs, So they're the main cues you want to have when you're doing your deep squats, and you get it done. But it works. Find out, a lot about yourself when you got the bar on your back, and it's got to have courage just to attempt these bigger lifts, and you kind of push your limits and find out where your limits are, and just exactly what you can do when you stick to a program and build up your muscles and build up your patterns and build up your confidence.
Sorry for interrupting your video, guys, but I want to talk to you about the MMT Online Academy. So you might have been looking at Ninja and I doing our stuff for a long time now, thinking, how good would it be to work at MMT? But you might be overseas. This is your chance to get exclusive content updates from us every single day to make you a better practitioner, more new customers, better results, and skyrocket your income. So if you want to be on the inner sanctum, get into the Academy. All you got to do is dedicate 5 minutes a day to making yourself better, and it's just $28 per month. How good's that? $7 a week. Let's go!
Anyway, I was thinking, people out there in YouTube land, did you see our reel that we did not long ago? Kind of a bit of a, we got the stuff that you want.
Yeah, we got that good stuff that you want.
Yeah,
that one. It was good fun.
Buddy, have a look at it. Did we put on shorts, Leo? Yeah. It's on shorts.
Yeah, go check out our shorts.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really liked it that I've talked to. They watched it 10 times and just fucking pissed themselves. And me and Darcy actually, we come up with the concept because I said we shared this video from Inspired Unemployed, and we both watched it and loved it, and we said, fuck, let's use that song, let's do our own skit. So Darcy was probably the main choreographer of the video. He kind of come up, director, choreographer, the script writer. So he come up with the you know, the broken bloke out the front of our building here, and what's this bloke? Nah, don't need that. Nah, I'll be right, mate. Then Aaron coming back out of his tray.
Yeah,
That was pretty
That
funny.
wasn't my idea. Was that yours? That was good.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
the stairs. It was a team effort.
Yeah.
There's no iron team. The ideas, the concepts, they all come together and just, yeah, we're all piece of the puzzle, and without each other, I don't know, might not be, greatness doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We'll call it greatness.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah. We love the team concept. I say to the guys all the time, you know, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. It's an old African proverb. So, but it's all about team and the diversity of the team, but also the fun and the connection that you have when you're in a team. Because like you're sharing experiences, you're sharing stories, you're sharing laughs, and that's what life's about, is sharing.
Yep.
You know, if you're not sharing the journey, what the fuck are we doing this thing called life for?
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about, and that's where the magic is, and I think that's the true richness of life is through shared experience, you know, connection. So yeah, that's what it's all about. So.
And if you're feeling lonely, look, the connection to us on the other side of the screen, you know, this is connection as well. Yeah. It does count. We are, you know, speaking to you, but we encourage you to find your tribe, find your community, find your team, whether that be sporting, religious, work, whatever it is, gaming, YouTube community, whatever it is, just, have at least one person you can share your thoughts, share your highs, share your lows with. He's getting into some good stuff here. I started talking, he started really diving deep into his treatment. It's good.
I'm going to do a stroke down here.
Oh, no wax.
No wax. We're going no wax Wednesdays.
No wax Wednesdays.
But it just allows me to pin and hold things. When I've got the wax on there, I'm gonna slip. And when you've got the wax, if you want to try and pin something, it makes you go in deeper and might not go into where you're kind of allowed to go into yet. So you might be forcing in deeper, and because you're going faster as well. So by doing no wax, I can kind of manipulate things and go a bit broader and hold things, and then just wait for things to melt a bit.
It's good, man.
Anyway, so a little topic we were thinking about, me and Darcy, is we normally do these sort of talks on Patreon. So if you're not a Patreon member, hello Patreonos!
Patreonos! Check out our latest Patreon releases.
What is there? Come on, show your legs.
He's my turn.
Done. Patrono pole dancing for you. Oh, yeah, I'm going. All right, grab him.
To join, click the link in the description.
And you like the way that Darcy and I talk with each other, maybe you can go over there and have a listen in and get exclusive content, you know.
We've got a library of content.
Yeah.
There's hundreds and hundreds of videos you can go back and watch.
Yeah.
Some good stuff in there. So make sure you do head across.
We have some fun and games, don't we?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So what was our topic, Ninja? It was health, wasn't it?
A bit of health stuff.
Food.
I want to preface this by saying, like we all kind of, we hate disease, we hate being a bit fat, we hate being sluggish and lazy, and things like that, not motivated, brain fog. So like we're talking about physical health kind of stuff, but are you willing to do the things that it takes to not be a bit fat and to have full function and to have a fully functioning brain? And we watched a little video and we can remember 4 of the different things that they were talking about that will really improve your health. And
they're common things. They're things that you're probably eating every day, probably right now, that you didn't even realise are detrimental to your health, to your gut health. Your gut health is like your second brain, to your blood system, to your mitochondria, everything that's associated to our body and the way it interprets and the way it communicates to each other is starting by what the things you put in your mouth or what you drink. Or put on your skin even. But this is mostly putting in your mouth.
So we might reel off the ones we can remember. So it said ultra high processed food. So So yeah, we all know what they are, all the packaged thing, but it also includes your breads, your pastas, you know, cereals, even your pastries, that kind of stuff. So anything that's in packages and it's got fucking 1,000 ingredients, you know, like 40 ingredients on a package type of thing. So many people eating that, and like there's probably 20 to 40 synthetic kind of ingredients in there as well. So man-made stuff, that dyes, the colours, the flavours, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that
Gums,
was yeah,
things that they stick to each other.
yeah. So cooked starches is a big one. Yep. So that's in breads and things like that, and that clogs up our system over time. So ultra high processed food. So
Seed oils?
Seed oils. Yeah, like canola oils, grapeseed oils, sunflower oils, just all these oils that used to be used for lubricants in engines and things like that. And
they seriously still can be. If your car runs out of fuel, you could put fucking vegetable oil in it and it'll run. That's how highly processed, highly cooked, highly manufactured they are.
Yeah.
They're so far away from nature. Olive oil, fantastic. Coconut oil, fantastic. These things are natural sources. They've come from something that they don't have to heat up to a point that it then needs to be bleached. What's it called? Deodorized to smell good. All these types of things for you to consume. And check your packaging. Canola oil is in fucking everything that's in a packet.
Yeah.
So it's hard to avoid. Yeah. So our body's it's not meant to be in our system. It's meant to be in a fucking car. It's meant to be in a lawnmower or a whippersnipper. But our body filters it. We have to filter it. Yeah. What you put in here, our body has to figure out ways to filter that, and it suffers when you're just constantly feeding it.
Yeah.
And it's hard because restaurants, unless you home cook it and you cook your food in olive oil or coconut oil, what's the other one that's okay? Is there another one?
You don't even really need to use oil a lot of times as well. Like when you really heat them up high temperatures, it becomes trans fat.
Yeah.
You know, transforms.
It's best not to cook with olive oil. It's okay on its own as it's purer, but not so much to cook with it. But yeah, when you go out and you eat, it's okay. I'm having a parma from the pub. It's chicken. It's probably fucking cooked in vegetable oil, you know, or I'm having chicken or whatever it is. All your fried food, it's all in canola oil and things like that. So the best way to stay healthy and to avoid seed oils is to cook from home. Know what you're using. This is brilliant. So yeah, seed oils. What was our third one? Ninja? Grains and legumes.
Grains and legumes.
And you had the interesting. You were talking really good about this before, so you take this one.
Yeah, it was sort of. It was interesting talking about the legumes, which people would probably. It's widely considered that, you know, beans and things like lentils, chickpeas are all healthy, but what this lady was actually saying, like in a legume, say, it's like an embryo, and so like the embryo in nature needs to be protected until conditions are right for that to be able to sprout, germinate, and become a new plant. So it's got these protective coatings on it, and nature really puts these poisons and toxic things and digestive inhibitors, they're called, so they can't be digested. They kind of, animals don't want to eat it and things like that, so it's kind of got this protective coating on it until conditions are right for it to be able to sprout. So it's the same with nuts and seeds. They've all got protective coatings on them as well, you know, so the conditions are right. So the nut or the shell on the outside can crack open and rot a bit, and then the nut or seed inside can be able to sprout. So activated nuts are really important to have. So soak nuts and dry it out. So I always been eating that for like 15 or so years. I've been eating activated nuts or activating them myself, soaking your nuts. But so that's the same with the legumes. They kind of got these digestive inhibitors on them, and when you cook them as well, they're full of starch. So the starch, one of the things that people don't really talk about, starch accumulates in the body over time, so it's really sticky. So, and that kind of leaves a film through the digestive system, especially your colon, large intestine, bowel, all these names for it. And that kind of builds up and that accumulates and that becomes thicker and thicker, and then you can't absorb nutrients, you can't get your hydration through your colon because it's got a layer of shit. And
Like having plaque on your teeth.
Yeah.
It just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. And you can't get rid of that plaque. But it's probably stronger and thicker, you know, it doesn't just, our plaque can sometimes wash away if we just gargle some water, or, you know, you'd think that would happen with health. It doesn't really happen over time, potentially. Really, you know, using a balanced diet, eating whole foods, organic food, you will start to cleanse that, but got to do some deep work.
And she was also talking about like grains not having any nutrients or hardly any nutrients at all. So, and it's been programmed into us whole grains, but with whole grain stuff, they've got the digestive inhibitors on them, but they kind of, always need salts and flavors and sauces and all that kind of stuff to be able to eat your whole grains. So they kind of got, we do that because it hasn't got nutrients. They're not satisfying, not satiating. Our body's still searching for nutrients, so we're going to still be hungry after eating them. And then we've got all the glyphosates that are on, you know, all the wheat stuff now, and the corns and the soybeans and things like that. So there's, glyphosates everywhere.
Have seen, you know, the people that are spraying your foods that you're eating, they're wearing fucking hazmat, like they're fully protected. Yet they're putting it on our food that we're eating. You know, Roundup. Fuck, if you spray your bloody weeds and your bloody dog ate it, your dog would die. You know, we're spraying it all over these things to kill the bad bugs. It's also killing any nutrients that were in there. So killing the pesticides. It's killing your large intestine as well. Brilliant. And last but not least was alcohol and debunking the myth about red wine being good for you. It's like, what did you say, Ninja? What was your analogy?
I think
the goodness in red wine, it was like a salt on a
bag of salt on a bridge or something, you know,
like
a
grain of sand in the fucking soil, you know. Just eat grapes.
There's resveratrol in it or something that's good, but the alcohol actually negates anything like that. Like, it's just the poison, the amount of toxin in the alcohol. It is a poison. You got to detoxify from it. So that's kind of outweighs any benefit by far, you know.
And they were talking about, the interviewer was a psychiatrist, and he was suggesting, you know, when am I ever going to give people that have, I don't know, ADHD, high amounts of anxiety or depression, or suffer with social settings or whatever it is, I'm never going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to prescribe them to drink a bottle of red wine a night. You know, it's not advised by any health practitioner. Yet we try to sell it, almost like lie to ourselves for being ignorant to the fact that, oh yeah, it's okay for me because red wine, it's made with grapes. Fruit, or these packaged things that say gluten-free, GMO-free, whatever, we go, oh yeah, it's gluten-free, it's all right, it's healthy for you. We're sold on that fact, and that's not your fault. That's just the way that
it's been marketed.
And we go, oh yeah, it's all right, it's got natural colours, no bloody additives or whatever, it must be healthy for me. Might be a healthier option, but compared to how healthy it is and how far it is from being natural and considered grown from the planet or the earth, it's been tampered with. Go back to nature, eat all whole food, organic food.
That's it.
We've got to wrap it up, don't we?
Got to wrap it up. You got to go and treat, mate.
We've got to go and get to it.
We've got work to do.
We've got work to do.
We've got a cake to eat.
Head to our Patreon, you might be able to see us eating some cake.
All right. Thanks for watching today. Like, subscribe. Share the videos. Thank you.
See you guys.
Done.